Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to create a parabolic curve. It's kind of a cool thing and makes it a really cool design. So first off, I've got my notebook here, and if you have lined paper, it will be helpful to you. You don't necessarily need to use lined paper. It's just a good way to kind of do this, and I know most of you have notebooks that have lined paper, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this first, the pink line here on my paper. I'm just going to draw over the top of it. Oop. Okay. And then I'm going to look and say, okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've got 16 lines there. What I want is I want my line going this direction to be the same length. I'm actually going to make it that last one, because then I can use the 4 and just past 3/4, or just past a half. So I'll just mark it right like that. And I got to do it the other way actually, because my notebook's in the way. Okay, line it up, and here is the mark where it left off on the last one. Okay. Draw a straight line on that line. This is why the lines are helpful, because they're already there. I don't have to really use the ruler necessarily for that part. So you will need a ruler for this. I am going to mark, let's see how big those are. Let's see if I can find a measurement that works. Got it. Okay, so I'm looking, and on my paper, the notebook lines are the same as, oh, I lost my train of thought there. So it's just past 4, so it's this 5 mark. So I'm going to mark there, and then I'm going to go, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a mark there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just counting the notches on my ruler, because that's how many it was, how wide the line was. Because I'm going to use that width. I need them to be the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the last one should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, perfect. Okay, so now my marks going on the vertical here are going to be on the blue lines of my notebook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to number here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then I'm going to number the opposite and start down here and say this is 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oops. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And it looks like I didn't quite go to 16 on that, so we're going to go to 15. Then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to connect the ones. So I'm going to take my ruler and put it on the dot for the 1 on the bottom and the dot for the 1 on the top. And I'm going to have to do it on the other side because of the binding on my notebook. And then I'm going to draw a line. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing with my twos. Connect the twos. Then the threes. And then the fours. All I'm doing is I'm using that straight edge. So if you don't have a ruler, you can use anything that has a straight edge. You could use the edge of a book. You could use a piece of paper if the edge of the paper is straight. It's just easier to use a ruler because it's a solid surface. But I'm just connecting those lines. And you might also notice if this is similar to a style of art known as op art, and I actually messed up just a little bit there because my ruler moved. And I can use this parabolic curve to make an optical illusion if I color it a certain way, and I'll show you that after I'm done here. So I'm just connecting my lines. I'm continuing down the number line, and I'm connecting the nines. I'm connecting the tens. Messed up on that one a tiny bit. Connect the 11s. 12, 13, almost there. 14s. And last but not least, 15. Okay, so what is cool about that is that just using straight lines, I made this curve. So now if I want to turn this into what looks like an optical illusion, I could use the materials. Let's see, something I have handy here. I've got markers, so I'm gonna grab opposite colors. So contrast colors are opposites on the color wheel. Example would be green and red. So I'm going to use my markers here, and I'm going to color green in every other square. So green in there. And I'm going to go diagonal because that would be every other square. And marker, probably not the best choice for this. It was what I had handy. But colored pencils might be a better choice. And the reason for that is markers are so wide. When you get to those smaller areas, you're going to want something that can fill in a smaller section more simply. So I'm going to do the best I can with what I got here, though. And if I wanted to make, say, a star shape out of my parabolic curves, I could put another number line going down and then number it from 15 to 1, just like I did on the top here, and connect the bottom of that, and that would make half of the star. Then I'd have to do the other half. But that turns out pretty cool. Another one, and the PDF should be connected to the assignment or the material that I gave you, and that should have an example where you can actually make a whole circular shape out of it, and it turns out pretty cool. Okay, so I'm just going to do this bottom part because I don't want to take up a whole lot of time doing this, though I'm kind of enjoying coloring it in. And then this one. And you can see now why a giant marker is a difficult thing to use to color in this small space. I'm going to use the red next. Go in and do the reds. And because red and green are opposites on the color wheel and they're that contrast color, they really stand out from each other. That's part of the color elements of art that we use. And it really makes it seem like it's moving or like an optical illusion once you get it all the way filled in. So it's not going to quite look like that here because I'm not filling in the whole shape, but it would. And if you look at, say, the art of the artist Victor Vasarely, he's known for his op art, and he used this same sort of mathematical idea to create really cool op art. And I'm doing a terrible job of coloring in the lines, but you kind of get the idea. If I filled that all in, it would look really cool when it was done. But I want to give you the time to work. So if you have questions, please let me know, and I am happy to help.